Welcome to the official Munzee podcast.
I'm Rob, also known as Coach V, your host and the president of Munzee.
And I'm Craig, also known as Michell. I'm an avid Munzee player and here to explore the game further.
Each week, we'll delve into Munzee's mysteries, divulge some secrets, and inform players from around the world just what is coming your way.
So sit back, relax, as today's episode, I'm going to grill the man himself, Rob Vardeman. At the same time, we'll talk about the Year of the Dragon and, of course, question of the week, question for Rob, and a tip of the week. Rob, I can't even talk. How you been, mate?
Tongue-tied, see my show.
No, it's rare.
What's up? How you doing, man? How you doing?
Good. Same time zone. We're in the same time zone now, mate.
It feels weird,
Yeah.
but this is a good thing. I'm a little jet lagged over here in Florida, and just needed to soak up a bit of sunshine.
Yeah, fair enough. And the Lady Lou with you as well, I do say?
She is
Very
indeed.
good. Very good.
She is indeed. We've taken a break from England for a touch, and it turns out that we've left at just the right time. Snow is blowing into most of the UK, it said. And it doesn't snow very much in Florida, so we've chosen well.
You have. Well, we'll get to the events because there's a few big events coming up in England as well this weekend. But we'll get to that very shortly, mate. Munzee-wise, what have you been doing Munzee-wise, Munzee-related?
Oh, man. Outside of the work stuff, here's what happened to me for ending January. And I should be embarrassed about this, but, these days, whatever. I forgot to deploy my golden carrot in January. Again, this is not the first month this has happened.
No.
It's bad.
What didn't you say last time? You said to yourself, "I'm going to actually make a note of it and put like an alert on my phone to do it."
Oh yeah, I said that. Yeah.
And you ignored the alert, or you just didn't put the alert?
Oh no, I just didn't do it. Yeah, I don't have an alert. I have alerts for all kinds of things, but I don't have an alert to deploy a golden carrot. Do you know that I probably have like 10 golden carrots too? So there's no excuse.
Well,
it's not like I haven't redeemed it. I've got it.
Yeah. And you're just hoarding the carrots, mate. You're hoarding them. That's what you're doing. You're hoarding them, I dare say.
The golden bunnies want the golden carrots, and I won't put them out there.
Wow, the poor bunnies, mate. Poor bunnies. So
I stayed at level 2 instead of going all the way to level 5.
No, Rob.
The rewards I left on the table, man.
Exactly.
What am I going to do?
Exactly. I mean, now you're going to have to purchase them instead. So just saying.
It's a rough one. It's a rough one. Special discount.
Mate, I'm still on the road. If you can't hear it, I'm actually still on the road. Hopefully you can't hear the difference because, I've made myself up a little podcast den in my car. So
nice.
Still on the road.
Well, this week I'm on not a good mic, so you'll have better sound quality, I hope, than I do.
Oh, he is hoping, mate. He's hoping. I'm more professional,
That's
just
right.
saying.
That's right. You're road tripping and you have all your stuff with you, and
Correct.
I'm out and I forgot one of my things.
That's all right.
I get a replacement.
That's all right, man.
So how's that going for you on the road capping? I mean, obviously you see a ton of Munzees. How many of them do you stop for, and how's it going?
Well, I stop for quite a few, and every time I do stop, I make sure I put on, have a look at all available. And I'm telling you now, on a road trip, you go through areas, Rob, they're unloved. There's cruisies and sleepsies galore, to the point where now I've got almost 150 for this month alone already. Wow. And what is it, day 4, day 5? I've got 150 cruisies, and mostly in parking lots. And but the weekend, Rob, I spend at a business park, like an actual business location, industrial area, in their big parking lot. I got 97 prize wheels, physical prize wheels.
Wow.
I opened 5 crates, Rob, in the last, this month so far. 5 crates as well. So, mate, I'm steaming ahead with that sort of stuff. So
you are. That is pretty impressive for sure. Pretty impressive.
Exactly.
Wow.
All right, mate, let's get on to the week that was. Events we had in USA. We had them in Florida, Ohio, and Arizona, and one over in UK.
Yeah.
And what about the leaderboards, mate?
Leaderboards on Friday, we had Big Bill 54 with 205,000. Munzee Prof 164,000, and then HBRB 152,000.
Munzee Prof again, bridesmaid, just saying, he loves it.
There he is. Yep.
On Saturday, we had a FunBro, a very fun bro, by the way. I did meet him down in Florida. He's a great guy, so much fun. 447,000 points. Cole Cracker 7 on 446,000 points, and Munzee Prof again in third this time on 440,000 points. And obviously, you can see double point weekend.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that was FunBro's first time getting first place.
Could be, could be.
Yeah, we hung out with all three of those people in Florida, which was cool. And then on Sunday, Finn's 2LR was first place with 456,000. They also are from Florida. We hung out with them at that event as well. Odd Miner at 409,000 and Happy Girly 405,000. They're both based over UK. I met them. They are great people as well.
Very good.
And those two, very active in Munzee Water Cooler and on our Discord. Very active there. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Rob, this weekend we've got 15 current events coming up in the US. We have California, Florida, Missouri, Iowa, and Minnesota. In Canada, Rob, we have
Ontario. Then in the world, we've got UK, which has 37 attendees. So everybody pay attention to that. Get your cards in if you haven't. Lithuania, Finland, Hungary, and then another big one in the Netherlands. We've got 41 attendees. Again, card alert. Two events in Denmark, and then in Australia, we've got ACT and Victoria.
Yes, I did see those two largest events coming up, and Rob, I tried to deploy some. You know me, I love deploying my cards. Minimum for me, 2 cards at every single event. If you go to an event somewhere in the world, look for my cards. There's a minimum 2 there. But it's so hard at those big events to actually deploy any sort of cards anywhere near the event now. People just do it on the roadways to and from. So. Meanwhile, Rob, double points weekend again this weekend as well. For this weekend, we have cards, temps, flats, greenies, and virtual colors. So that's pretty cool.
Yep.
And we have some large events coming up.
Yeah, large events are coming up in California, March 8th and 9th. They've got about 36 attendees now. So looking toward that goal of mega. And I've got some breaking news right now to share with you. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
Lou and I will both be there.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
Munzee Madness. Now, you've already announced that you're going to be there.
Yes,
so,
I'll be there.
I mean, that was super good news.
Yeah.
That was great news.
Yeah, this is better.
Me and Lou are going to be there. We want to hang out with you. Mari, Tamara, and Craig of our freeze tag team, they're also going to be there. So already we're up to over 40 for that event. So everybody pay attention.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I know there's a couple more people that we're hoping to meet Lou, and they're going to be flying across as well, not from the UK, they're in the US, but heads up, Lou's going to be there, so get your flights in.
And if those of you who don't know and have never actually met Rob, Lou, or any of the team in person, if you meet them in person, you can actually cap their personal badge and you get an actual badge saying you've met them, which is really cool. So you can meet Lou, you can meet Rob, you can meet Mari and Tamara, and meet Craig too. So not me, Craig, the higher up Craig, the CEO Craig, the big boss Craig.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, lots of badges available, and then we have our travel badges that we usually do. So you probably guess we'll have those as well.
That's really cool.
Again, as well.
We also have a large event coming up I got a message about this from online in England, Darts Farm in England on March 9. There's 24 there so far as well. And they special shout out to them. They want me to sort of say, look, we're hoping to go big. So they message. So there we go. We also have ACT in Australia in March 30. Now, it doesn't look big at the moment, Rob, because there's only 15 so far on the, with the will attends. But I know so many more Coexist players that are going to this mega event that haven't put their will attends in yet. So pull your fingers out, Aussies. Come on and put in your will attends and make sure that this here shows that it's actually a large event and make it the first mega event in the Southern Hemisphere before anyone else does. So, and then, Rob, we have Nottingham in England as well on April 6th.
Yeah.
With 33 so far. Yeah.
Yeah, 33 showing up to that one. Then jumping back across Minneapolis, we've got Munzee Mania May 10th to 12th. And here's a little bit more breaking news.
Oh.
I am able to say that I'm going to be there for that one, Munzee
Wow.
Mania this year.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
so me and you both going to be there hanging out.
Yes.
Chances are pretty high that Josh, the geocaching vlogger, will be there too,
Well,
since that is
you'd hope
his
so.
backyard.
It's his backyard. If
Yeah.
he's not there, then what's he doing? Mind you, he probably is away from work. It's a possibility. So,
That is possible.
Rob, I got another message as well in regards to in Salamanca, New York State, on May 18th is a possible large event happening there as well. So that's coming up too. So keep an eye out for that one if you're in Salamanca, New York State on May 18th. And what else is there, Rob?
Well, there's a gap at the end of May.
Mm.
There's something on a coexist calendar that happens at the end of May, and there's a hole on the Munzee calendar. However, we've had some contact from one of our players, and we think that an event is coming soon there.
Oh.
And yeah, we're both going to be attending that one. So hopefully there does a Munzee event appear in our coexisting world.
That would be cool. That would be cool.
Be watching for that late May.
Exactly. And don't forget as well, guys, if you're a host of a growing event and we haven't noticed it yet, please reach out to me, as a couple of people have this week. So that's really cool. Meanwhile, Rob, now we're going to get down to the nuts and bolts of this whole thing.
Do we have to? We could
people
just keep talking about anything else if you want.
I know. Yeah, because you know what's coming. You know what's coming, mate. As everyone knows, I'm a player first and foremost, Rob. I don't work for Munzee at all. I'm here as the voice of the people.
You do say that a lot, and I will say that reading through the notes before starting this, I was like, well, yeah, if you want to prove that that you're not directly planted with me.
Nope.
Here's the way. Ready, go.
Yeah. See, people, already he's trying to deflect. See, already he's trying making humans to deflect. Anyway, I'm going to get to the nitty gritty, Rob. Literally the nitty gritty, and that is the sand dollars. So many people have been asking about capping greenies and how many they have to cap. They're not getting as many as what they used to, Rob. I mean, I'm going to shout out as well. Mark Barlow on the water cooler. He got 2 from 98 greenie caps. Barry Ray got 1 from 50 greenies. And so, Rob, what's going on with these sand dollars, mate? They're drying up.
Well, the trick, even knowing that this question was coming, still my brain just goes, shut down. And I stumble through my words. So, waves. Here's what I am thinking. All right. And I'm going to attempt to not come up with too many excuses, and I'm going to attempt to not deflect everything away from this, which is style of mine. So, the waves of prizes, waves of redeem store, waves of sand dollars, both coming in and going out. We just put surprises in the store last week. We've got more surprises coming soon. The flow of sand dollars has definitely, there is an ebb and a flow to it that yes, I touched some of the dials that we have. Sometimes, I know this is going to be shocking to you, but it's not everyone else's fault. But sometimes, and I'm not saying that the 2 people who've commented here or anything else, sometimes the people who comment on Facebook may stretch their little bits of truth just a tiny bit, just a little bit. So I'm not saying that they only got 2 out of 98 caps, because there's sort of a percentage model that the back end uses, and sometimes when I look at things, I go, man, that doesn't fit with what we have on the back end. Like, let's say it's supposed to be 10% on something, and someone says 2 out of 98, then that's 2%. That doesn't match up very well.
No.
Where normally probability is going to work out to match the percents pretty closely. So this is something that we have had a conversation about, because enough of us are in the Munzee water cooler that obviously when somebody like me starts turning the dials and switching things up a little bit and changing some cap on deals, and when I start playing my games, then maybe people whose name sounds a lot like Mari, wakes up in California and she reads things, and then maybe I get in trouble for stuff, but I'm not actually getting in trouble for it. But there are definitely questions being asked in the water cooler that are being asked within the team that I am answering within the team that we will also see by the time this podcast actually comes out. Some changes. Hopefully, people will be able to feel the changes and feel a bit of sand dollar flowing back to them. So I'll tell you from me some of the reasoning for why is because at the end of previous limited time credit LTC events that we've had, what I don't enjoy is the people going, well, I have 372 sand dollar credits left over, and what am I supposed to do with forgetting about the fact of, kind of how they may have been earned, because the first week of the store, I believe it was $36 worth of items that could be redeemed. And even though, yes, it may cost you gas to go and cap these things and get all the sand dollar credits, a lot of people were getting the sand dollar credits from getting their treehouse and their Skyland, which you don't even have to go very far for that.
This is true.
So I will say that comment from several people was the initial turning of the dial. So yes, we are active, aren't we, in the water cooler?
Yes,
and
yes, you are.
we
even on the back end.
do watch, right? We do watch, and we don't mean to sound like Big Brother. However, here I am, and I'm watching. I'm always watching.
There you go.
So I do see what has happened. I have seen support tickets. I am based a lot on feel, so I hope that that players will also feel some changes as they come back in.
Very
so
good.
That was a lot of talking without stopping and giving you a chance.
No,
hopefully that
right.
gives you the answers that you can also relay.
That's right. That gives everyone the answers in which they need. I will say this though, by the sounds of things, guys, if you want to meet Mari, get to the California event, because she sounds like a wonderful person if she keeps Rob on her on his toes. So come to California, meet Mari,
thank her in person,
and thank her in person. Give her a handshake, high five, fist pump, whatever you like to do, and thank her in person to keep Rob on his toes. So there you go.
That's right.
Another reason to get to this event, Rob. See.
Yeah. No,
I will say on this on a positive note, coming out of this with a positive note, and that is you do listen to people in the water cooler, etc. as well. And just over a week ago, whatever, when the first wave came through, people were going, "Oh, when's it going to end? I don't know. It's going to just end abruptly." And so, what you guys did you like that sort of mimicking? Yeah.
Oh my!
What you guys did?
That's how it sounds in my head when I read some of those things. I'm sorry, everyone. Yeah.
But you actually put on the countdown timer on it, which makes a lot of sense and puts a lot of people at ease, knowing then they've got 9 days, or if they want a starfish, they've got 32 days or something, to actually get the starfish. So it puts people's minds at ease, Rob. So thank you for that, or thank Mari for that, whoever his idea was.
You're saying the correct name. Yes. Thank Mari for that. Yeah, she is. I don't know that she's possibly ever even commented in there.
No.
But that's because I talk in there, and she sweeps up on the business side. Yeah, so it's all good. But yes, we're looking at it. We're working on it.
Yep.
Yeah. Thanks to everyone. Thanks for the questions, and just having the conversation.
Yeah.
Which maybe we can change speed now and answer other questions that people have been talking about.
We will.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say this as well. I even got called out and actually tagged in the water cooler saying, "Ask Craig. He's in a podcast to ask Rob." So there you go.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So yes, I even get called out now as well, Rob. So that's fine. All right, let's change it up. Let's change it. What else have you got? Something a bit more sweet on the palate, Rob. What have you got?
I think that's a great idea. Let's talk about cake, shall we?
Ooh, cake.
Ooh. So earlier this week, as far as when the podcast goes live, we put some details out. Now, I'm going to talk to you about the details without you having seen them and get some of your reaction to it,
Yeah.
and then and then everyone else will have already been able, because they read the blog. Obviously, they will know some of these things. But here we go. So, so we put the cake out. The details are there. We've got a new section in the Redeem store, and the one thing that I really want to talk about is the temporary bouncers, because we have put out a base bouncer that is a balloon. So there are going to be some balloon animals, like last year's, host and attendee, the Baloodle, the Balloonicorn. So we've put out a base, like a tier 1 balloon that is just a balloon. Yeah. And then there's a couple of others that are skin types that are worth more points. Okay. Oh. So when you go to events, you have the ability to get quite a bit of cake. And so we're putting these things out. We're giving people an option on what levels of balloons they want to have. So if you put out like a tier 1 balloon, okay, you're looking at these will go out and they'll kind of work a little. They'll basically work like mechs, where when you deploy it, then it archives after a certain number of caps. All right, so 10 caps for the tier 1 balloons, 20 caps for the tier 2 balloons. But this tier 3 balloon, having gone to multiple events and really starting to stack up some cake, which you're going to have enough cake for this, okay? 50 caps before that thing archives.
50? Right? Wow.
Yeah. Wow. And then if you do the math on these things, for a tier 3 balloon, which again, you're going to have to go to a couple of events or host a couple of events, that kind of stuff. 15,000 points from that balloon across the lifespan of that balloon.
Wow. Wow.
For going to events.
And for going to events, and then you have to get on the website to redeem.
I mean, you got to redeem.
Yeah,
You've got to do a little bit of work.
You got to do a bit of work.
So stay tuned. Obviously, there's more stuff coming. Those are the balloons. That's really what I wanted to talk about, kind of focus on. But yeah, there's more coming, so stick around and
there you go.
Be ready.
We're having fun. Some decent points. So again, guys, get to events. If you haven't got any more reason to get to an event apart from seeing Mari, for instance, or you got cake now as well. Don't worry about Rob or even Lou. Mari and cake. That's all you need. So there you go.
It's true. Good call.
Exactly. So, Rob, the new Greenies we spoke about last week. There's been a bit of chat. I've heard as well. A bit of chat on the whole Greenie thing. There's some positive, mostly positive, and some negative aspects to it. What I've heard going around, number one is, and this happened to me the other day as well. If I'm walking through a parking lot and they're cruisies because they've been asleep for so long, I'll cap if it's a Greenie, the cruisie just goes away, and then the Greenie's gone as well. Whereas if it's a mystery or any other type, I'll cap the cruisie, and then the mystery or the other type will come back, and I'll cap it again for extra points. Any reason why we can't cap the Greenie again like normally we used to?
I believe, and don't hold me completely to this right at this moment, but I believe that this is actually in progress of being fixed.
Oh, there we go.
It will work as it should.
Fair enough.
It's in discussion. The part of the question is it possible?
Yeah.
And that's what we're unsure of, because the thing is, if you cap it on like the 5th, then obviously it's not going to be a cruisie on the 6th.
No, that's right.
So you wouldn't even know. So really, it is your daily capture, and you're getting 100 points for that instead of the Greenie points.
Right.
So in one way it works, in another way.
It's like I have to stand around the pole when it flicks through to see if it's a Greenie or not, because you don't know what it is basically until if it's a cruisie. So there you go.
Yep. So
but
stay
predominantly,
tuned. Sorry,
I was going to say predominantly though, I've heard nothing but good news, and I know Minnesota Boy, for instance, he put out a video. It's only a short video, like an actual shorts, but he put out a video of him going around his local park that he hasn't been to, Rob. He hasn't been to this park since he's capped all the Greenies there anyway, like, I'm going to say a year ago. And now he gets to
Years
go
ago,
back
yeah.
there. He gets to go back there almost daily if he wishes, and he's got a
Mhm.
reason to get out and walk, especially in
Right.
Minnesota. Like, it's chilly.
Yeah. And that's a good thing, and that's kind of what I've seen as well. We've got a lot of players who, they may have been around for a while, and some
Mhm.
of them are like, "Oh, this changes the game completely," and that's true. And
Yeah.
I'm kind of in that camp where it's like, what is this going to do to the game? Which is
Yeah.
why we built in the escape clause to say this may be permanent, it may not be.
Yeah. Yeah.
But here's the thing, okay?
Mhm.
I'm going to give you some insight into the back end because it's the
Yeah.
numbers you see. It's the numbers that speak for themselves, and these numbers were shared with me yesterday
Mhm. Mhm.
in a gameplay meeting. And at that point in time, I basically changed my tune. Okay, so January 3rd, there were 1,563 Greenie captures. How many do you think on February 3rd?
I'm gonna say triple that.
Oh, good. Okay. 1,563. And you say triple that.
Yeah.
The number on February 3rd was 28,000.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
28
Nearly
times or 20,
nearly
25
a
times.
2,000%
Percent.
increase. And you're like, wait, but that was the third. So surely that's not. Okay. So on the 4th, January 4th, 1,030. On February 4th, 28,000.
Wow. See, it
Yep.
works. It works, Rob.
3,000% increase.
Wow.
On the 5th, 1,169. And then in February, 22,000.
Wow. So that's
Yesterday, the 6th,
insane.
2,415 in January. And in the first 13 hours,
Yeah.
15,000 captures yesterday. It's ridiculous. So, you know what? I think that
Mhm.
even though we might see some people saying, well, I don't know,
Yeah.
it turns out the numbers say, heck yeah.
Heck yeah. Predominantly the people are for it by the sounds of it and by the
Mm,
looks of things, and
yeah.
people say, oh, it's only 20 points, whatever. But hey, at the end of the day, if you cap your Skyland, if you cap your Treehouse, they're only 20 points every day without the bounces on them. So
Yeah.
why not? Why not be able to cap your greenies every single day at the same time?
Mm,
I did, and this is not on the show notes, Rob. I just thought about this
yeah.
now, and that is people complained in regards to that time a few months back there where they were do not host. The greenies became do not host
Yeah.
because they're unloved. They're totally unloved, and rightfully
Hmm.
so. Well, now they can, because you're capping them on a daily basis. What happens? Oh, look at that! They then become to hosting again. So now there's possibility of you doing your daily walk, capturing your greenies, and then sometimes, more often than not, you'll actually get a bouncer on those greenies. It's a bigger possibility. We'll say that.
You mean if that greenie seems to be really active, that
That's
things might
right.
land there? That is so
Wow.
weird. So
Wow. There
weird.
you see, look at
Can
that.
host after all.
Look at that. Wow, wow, wow. Rob, we're getting really close on time now, so we're gonna
I
have to
know.
move on.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Should we talk about the what do you call it? The Happy Lunar New Year?
Yeah, because we did have app updates to talk about,
Yep.
but like I said last week, it's basically the same information.
Okay.
So check last week's stuff. We've got two more still to come. They're super
Perfect.
super close.
Yep.
So Saturday is the Lunar New Year, and
Mhm.
this is the year of the dragon. And you may notice that we've taken some inspiration for that.
Yep.
We're gonna have new information next week, and there's no dragging it out of me this week.
Oh. Rob.
So, Year of the
Oh, Rob.
Dragon. Happy New Year, everyone. Lunar New Year. And yeah, stick around. We've got some cool stuff happening in terms of the Year of the Dragon. It's
Also,
going to be
this
hot.
again, this isn't in the show notes, but guys, it is February now as well, so make sure you get in your new Glass Guardian too. Don't forget your Glass Guardian for the month.
Oh, yeah.
Meanwhile, Rob, we're
Good
going to
point.
move on now to the question of the week, and this one comes from FunBro down in Florida at the time. And
Yeah.
he actually asked me this in person. And I said to him, would you like the answer now or would you like it on the podcast? He said, oh, both. So I gave him the answer in person, but also now he wants it on the podcast. And
Yeah.
he was looking at other people and other players and statistics. And as we all do, stalker like we do, he asked, where can we get the POTW and POTM, etc.? The stuff that's next to your player name. Where can we get that and what does it mean?
Well, the POTW Player of the Week, POTM Player of the Month, those are old school titles. They're retired.
Oh.
Yeah, so we stopped both of those programs a while back, mainly because we were actually spending quite a bit of time on them and the badges and coming up with requirements and doing stuff about it, and we shifted our focus into gameplay, into other bits of the company and the work that needed to be done. So yeah,
There
thanks
you
for
go.
the question.
Yes.
There are other titles, and we come up with them from time to time. So watch for them, and we'll put the requirements out if we come up with some new ones.
Keep an ear out. Meanwhile, Rob, we've got the Munzee tip of the week. And this tip comes from you. You can say this tip of the week. It's from you, mate.
Oh, can I? Yeah, I did write it up because
you did.
It's something that I think is just a good idea that some people don't know about when they get started, and other people who are listening to this may have no idea. So as you get involved and grow your area, you actually start to build progress to Qrew status, and then eventually you can continue to do that, and it involves deploying physicals to get all the way to ZeeQrew. So when you make it to Qrew status, you have the ability to do maintenance, and that allows you to kind of replace Munzees that are owned by anyone. So that's giving you the chance to refresh the map wherever you go, which, for example, for you, as you travel, then you can replace those things. And then making it all the way to ZeeQrew, it's a little bit more work, but it's worth it because there are some discounted products that people don't necessarily know about until they make it to ZeeQrew. I send a message out once a month or twice a month or every couple of months to ZeeQrew members, just reminding them about that.
Exactly. And don't forget, guys, links in the show notes of what we're talking about here as well in regards to the Qrew or ZeeQrew as well. But Rob, I will say this before we close out. I was actually talking to a brand new player. She's been playing for like less than a week. Mind you, she's on 210,000 points, and she's been playing for less than a week. In her first week, she does travel. Just saying. But she asked me about it as well, about replacing and whatever as well. And I said, look, yeah, you have to do this. And then I said, to get up to ZeeQrew status, you need 200 physical deploys. And she's like, oh, what? I said, yes. So get your hands on some stickers, just saying.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, offline, you and I are going to have to talk about who this is because I need more players in this pool that come in and get 210,000 after their first week, and they're like instantly going, "Hey, by the way, I want to have I want to be Qrew on ZeeQrew. What is this?"
Yeah.
Wow.
Her highest day, she got 105,000 points in a day in her first week. So yeah. Mind you, she was in Florida. She was in Florida.
Okay, I was going to say living in a Munzee rich area.
Yeah, she was in Florida, exactly. Wow. All right, guys, don't forget, if you have a question of the week for Rob, and any question will be asked, or a Munzee tip of the week as well, please let me know, and you can message me on any messages such as Facebook, Instagram, or on Discord, or the Munzee app as well. So, Rob, this ends another official Munzee podcast.
Thanks for joining us on this Munzee adventure.
Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review on your favorite I'm stumbling again. Favorite podcasting app, and join us next week for another informative episode.
And remember, Munzee is more than a game. It's a worldwide community of mobile game players.
So keep scanning, keep discovering, and keep that Munzee spirit alive. Rob, ready? 1, 2, 3. Munzee on!
Cruising.
Yes!